Envato Elements provides you more than 32,000 PowerPoint templates here. And if you are more into Google Slides or Keynotes, again the story is same. Here is the list of amazing PowerPoint templates that you can use. Just download, fill the content, change the images, and start delivering your PowerPoint presentations. Envato Elements is a creative library of not only just PowerPoint templates. If you need graphics, graphic templates, sound effects, music, video templates, stock videos, photo, font, add-ons, and if you are into websites, then WordPress templates, HTML templates, 3D work, CMS templates, and here you can see the list is endless. And one of the most important part of Envato Elements are the Premiere Pro templates, which are really amazing. If you look here, these are some beautiful Premiere Pro templates which you can use in your videos and enhance your videos to show different styles, intros, lower thirds, text, and you can show images in beautiful templates. So all this comes under a unique package of Envato Elements subscription. All you need to do is just subscribe and enjoy unlimited downloads. And if we talk about licensing, the licensing is very simple. It's just one simple commercial license for all of these items. So you can subscribe to Envato Elements now and get unlimited downloads. All you need to do is just click on the link provided in the video description and get this amazing subscription. So guys, this is the PowerPoint presentation that we have created in the isometric form, and this is more suitable for payments, finance, something related to technology, core technologies or innovations in the finance or data, or a mix of both, or something related to futuristic technologies. So you can definitely try this out, and you can use this concept to create the more such designs for your, not only for the finance but also for science and technology or any other concept. If we just dissect this slide so that you can understand like what kind of components we have used in it. So here you can see this is just a text box, and these are 3 rectangles that we have used, and this is the main rectangle. It is wider. This is also a text layer, and if we see this is a pie chart, and in this pie chart we have used this text layer and we have created this custom pie chart. And basically these are 2 different layers, and if we further dissect it, so we have created this beautiful glass effect with the help of this top layer of pie chart, and we have applied this opacity settings, and this creates a beautiful glass effect. And this is the main device where we have used, and what makes it related to finance is the credit card that we have created. If you change this design, this content, you can convert it into any form of technological slide. So here you can create this kind of card with the help of rounded rectangle. It's pretty easy. You need to ungroup it, and let's first see this chart, this bar chart. So these are the rounded rectangles joined together, and this is the shadow layer we have created. So this creates a beautiful shadow effect, and this is again a rectangular bar, and you can see it has the opacity applied to it, and this is the background layer. And these are 3 circles, and I have cut it from here so that this device can placed here. So it creates that effect that this device is sitting inside the circle. And here is the interesting part. If you see this, let's remove these circles and this mobile. When there are so many components on the slide, it becomes difficult to select. This circle at the bottom has some depth and something is inside it. We have created with the help of this shape. If you see, we have created this gradient. Then we have used these 2 custom shapes to create this beautiful light effect. So light is reflecting from the surface like this, and then these are smaller shapes if you see, we can individually select each of these shapes. So this is how it looks, and if we just select this middle part, and this is a texture we have used, and these are two hollow circles. Now let's jump into the tutorial, and it will be long tutorial, so please subscribe to our channel, join the membership, and share this video and hit like as well. So let's begin with the tutorial. So guys, let's begin with the background first, and here we need to create a beautiful gradient background, and I'm pretty sure you know how to create a gradient color scheme. So you just need to create more than 2 gradient stops in order to fill a gradient color, and you can also choose the direction in which direction the color scheme should flow. Either it can be from top to bottom, left to right, horizontally, vertically, and also you can change the style like type from linear to radial, rectangular. So here we are going to use this blue scheme with the linear gradient flow, and we are using 3 gradient stops. So now let's begin with our isometric shape design, the diagram that we have created. For that you need to insert this hollow circle, remove its outline, and fill this white color. Slightly increase the transparency. When I say slightly, keep it like 50, 60 or 70%, and change its 3D rotation like this. This is called the isometric form, and place it at the center. Align to center, and then just duplicate it and send it to back, and increase the transparency further so that you can easily differentiate it, and you can see that these are two different circles. And also make it larger, so this will act as a base for the top circle. So this part is done, and now let's move to the next part, which is to create the circle at the center. So insert this circle, remove its outline, and shrink it, like reduce its height and increase the transparency. Change the color to black so that we can see it, and now you can zoom in. Just match the height and width with the circle at the background. You don't have to be pixel perfect, just match it. You can drag these white dots left and right, and similarly just use these guides, the automatic guides that appear for the alignment, and this is how you can align it with the background circle. Now go to insert. Now we will create the glow effect, the surrounding layer that we have showed. Just duplicate the circle and then select both these layers and press union. You will get this kind of shape, and now fill this gradient color, and it will automatically pick the background scheme. You just need to change the direction from top to bottom and further enhance the color, make it more brighter, saturated, so that you can see the color scheme. For that we are using this blue, this vibrant blue, and increase the transparency on the top gradient stop. When I say top, it means either the right or the left, depends on the direction you have selected. And now let's create those particles. For that you need to insert this triangle and make it thinner like this. Remove its outline, go to insert and select this circle and draw this small circle. So this will become like a drop. Again, remove the outline and let's fill the gradient color from top to bottom. And on both the gradient stops we have filled the same color, and increase the transparency on the gradient stop which is towards the top. And now zoom in, remove the outline of this circle, reduce the size, and just join it with this triangular shape to make a complete drop. So I have changed the color so that I can see it. Select both these shapes, union, align center first, and then click on union. Now fill that gradient color scheme that we have applied, just change the direction. So now we have to fill the gradient color again here, because as a best practice you should first join the shape and then fill the color. And let's try this glow effect. Let's see if it works, otherwise we will remove it. So I don't think it is looking good, so let's remove the glow effect and just spread it across this shape. For that, just reduce its height and width and paste it here. Create multiple copies and just randomly spread it over this shape. And I think this is looking fine. We have slightly changed the color of this background so that these particles can be seen on this background, and just group this together, all these particles, and then create multiple copies of the group. Flip horizontal and then just place randomly over the shape. And I think we can change the color of this background shape as well. Change the color to black, and then you can adjust the transparency if required. So this looks fine. Now duplicate this glow background and align to left and align top. So now we have two copies of it, and then just draw this rectangle and select both the shapes, the rectangle and the duplicated copy, and press subtract and fill white color or gradient color on this newly created shape and create this white gradient filled with transparency. Now again create a copy of it, align left, align top, again insert a rectangular shape, and we will subtract it with the background copy. Select the background and then select this rectangular shape and then click on subtract, and you will get this custom shape. Just select the shape that we had created, format painter, and apply the same color scheme on this shape as well. Now let's create a random pattern like this. And fill white color in the outline because it's only an outline. Just duplicate and constantly press Ctrl D and it will automatically create this beautiful pattern. Press Ctrl G to group and then create multiple copies and rotate it by 90 degrees and you will get this kind of pattern. Select both these grouped patterns together and further increase the size. and change its orientation like this. Just press cut and then paste it as an image. Now it's an image. And crop, and you can now crop it in the circular form. So now you can crop it from the corners, and it will automatically crop it in the form of circular shape. And basically we need an oval shape so that it looks like an isometric design. And you can adjust the size and the placement. And increase the transparency because it's an image, and place it here. And you can adjust its height and width so that it fits inside the circle, and send to back. So this is the base and it is ready. And now draw this rectangular shape and fill the gradient, and the gradient will be automatically picked from the background color scheme. And let's change the gradient, and we have filled this vibrant blue on the first gradient stop and increase the transparency. So here we are just experimenting with vibrant gradient stops in the middle. Make sure both the first and last gradient stops have transparency to 100%. And this is how the shape will look once its orientation is changed. And you can see the starting and the ending point is blurred because we have set the transparency to 100%. So now it looks like a watch with its band, if you see. And this looks really nice. So here I've just adjusted the transparency of this glow effect. So initially it was a 2 gradient stops, but now we have changed to 3. And also we have adjusted the background to make it slightly darker. It was too bright. And now we will create the device. When I say device, I mean the mobile phone that we will place it at the center. And you can change its orientation like this. And on the outline, fill gradient white and gray scheme on the outline, because we will apply the depth effect, and it will create a metallic side for this phone. So now increase the depth and you can see the sides are metallic. So we will create a very thin phone. And I think this is fine. And we want to make the screen curved from the corners, from the edges. and for that you need to change the height and width here under this option. And here you can see the edges are now slightly curved, and let's fill the gradient color here. Today's color scheme is blue, so everything is blue. So I think we can make it more curved from the edges. So yeah, now we can see this is fine. And slightly reduced the depth, so now it looks like a beautiful phone with the curved edges. And now we want to make sure the light effect is present on this phone. For that you need to insert this rounded rectangle, change its orientation like this, increase the transparency, and here you have to align it properly on the right side of this phone. Yeah, this is perfect. Now let's insert few icons, and icons are needed for the top bar. And first icon is for the signal, so let's pick this icon, and the other icon is for the battery. So battery is almost dead. So adjust the size of these icons, fill white color, and here we have changed the angle. Now let's place these two icons at the top position, the top bar of this phone, and you can always zoom in if you want. And on the right side we have placed this signal icon. So this looks neat and beautiful. So we have grouped the phone and the icons. Now let's create a card, the credit card or debit card. You need this rounded rectangle, and fill this gradient color, and it will automatically pick the default gradient from the background, and then you can adjust. So for the card we have used radial gradient with the 3 stops in it, and duplicate this card and fill linear, and let's insert this purple tone as well. And for the middle stop, increase the transparency to 100%, and for the last stop as well, so that only the purple color scheme, the color tone is visible. Now align both these together. And you can further adjust if you want. Slightly increase the transparency so that it blends perfectly. Create one more copy. Fill solid color. Go to insert. First align left, align top. So this is the third layer. And draw this circle. We will subtract this layer. Just subtract the circle from this rectangle. And you will get this kind of shape. Fill white color. Again, duplicate this card. Fill any color you want. Align left, align top. Again, insert the circle. And this time make a bigger circle. And in the end you will see the result. Subtract. I think intersect will work here, because we need the intersection of both the shapes. Increase the transparency and you can see the background shape. Bring that shape to the front, and now increase the transparency on both these shapes. And now you can see what we have done. We have created these two custom shapes. And you can further adjust the colors by moving the sliders to the left or right, or changing the colors and the transparency. Now group all these layers together, and this is your card. And let's create a chip for the debit card. Remove any outline, or you can keep it if you want, but make it very thin, very light. Go to insert icons and let's pick a chip icon. You can also create one, but just to save time, let's use this icon, because this will be a very small, and I don't think it is required that you create one. And you can group these together. Now select all of these shapes, and then you can go isometric with it. And here is the lighting effect and the material. Totally up to you what you want to do here. I'm just randomly pressing different lighting schemes and see the output. And just place it here. There are so many options under material and lighting, you get overwhelmed. So sometimes it becomes a situation where even I get confused, like what lighting and material should I select. So I keep it neutral. And here we will create a shadow layer as well, and for that you need to duplicate this card and paste it as an image. And now we will go under picture correction. No, saturation is not required. We need to reduce this sharpness, and then we need to decrease the brightness. So now bring this card to the front, and this is how it will look. So we have created this background shadow effect. Group these together and place the card here on the phone. Select the phone and let's try to reverse the gradient. I think now it looks fine. And let's add the text on the card, like name, date, or any logo you want to show. So that can be done. So it will look like a dummy rate card. So till now, if you find this tutorial very interesting and if you think you have learned something new, just subscribe to our channel, join the membership if you want to support us, and just like this video. If you will like it, then this video will reach to more number of people, and they will also learn how to build beautiful PowerPoints. And you can also do one thing, you can create different concept based on this style and just share those designs with me and I'll share them in my video. So this will also help you to learn different styles, different tricks. So this part is very easy, like the credit card number you can add here. So we are using the monster font here, and text styling is also very important. And if you see here, we are giving focus to even minute details. So that's what make any design beautiful. So if you have time, you should always try to create such beautiful designs, because this will really create an impact, and of course everyone would like to see such beautiful information. So here we have put time on the top bar and also changed the color of the icons. So card is done, and we can add more rows below it in order to show the transactions. So it is just a concept, you can show something different, some form of content that you have. And by now you must at how to turn shapes or change the orientation of the shapes to the isometric form, and you can create different concepts as well. So like this is also a very good trick to create this glass effect. First create the shape, then duplicate the shape and add opacity, and then just stick both these shapes together and it will create a very beautiful glass effect, as you can see. Group the shapes together and let's place it here and fit it inside this phone. And again, on these transactional boxes you can add the content and information in a beautiful style, like name on the left and transactional value on the right. So this is the subheading, and you can add like company name or some code ID that you want to highlight. On the right side you can add the numbers and the call to action. And change the orientation of this button as well, and place the button here, and duplicate this name and change the text and add the value. So rather than creating a new component, just reuse the items that we have created. This will save your time and effort. So this box is complete. Just select all the items on this box and group. And similarly for credit card as well. And now just duplicate first group and then duplicate and create a couple of copies. If you have more space you can add more. So you can see this looks really beautiful, very futuristic, very technology driven theme. So I've changed the lighting angle and it looks more vibrant now. That's what is required. And place this phone at the center within this circle. And now the task would be to bring these particles, the reflection and this layer to the front. So this is how it will look. So over 70% of the design is ready and this looks really beautiful. And you can always test the design in the full screen mode. So as it is a finance related slide, so we also need some data, some stats around it. And for that, let's create a bar chart. So as usual, you can increase the depth to make it look like a 3D. And duplicate, you can duplicate by pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V or Ctrl D. And increase the transparency on this duplicated layer to create this glass effect. So we have removed one of the gradient stops, and let's make it more vibrant so that it's visible. Otherwise it got, lost in the background. and now it looks much better. And also you can change the material. Now select both these layers, group them together and place it here and send to back. And now create a bar chart, and for that let's use rounded rectangles. Make it rounded, remove the outline, fill white or color from the color scheme. Like if we are using blue, so you can use any shade of blue which complements the color scheme. Press Ctrl D multiple times and it will automatically place these rounded rectangles, and now randomly increase or decrease their height. But in case if you want to show some real data, then you have to adjust the chart accordingly as per the data values. Now select all these together, make sure the width is same and fill gradient. The gradient should be from top to bottom. And here we need a nice color scheme which complements the background. So now group all these together and change the orientation, reduce the height so that it fits inside this background. And now that's the challenge. We need a dark color on these bars because the background is light and very bright. So now it's much better. Increase the transparency, because when you play with the transparency, it will blend with the background and it looks more realistic. Create one more copy and this will create a reflection effect. Now go to insert and let's create a pie chart, because we want to show some data and this pie chart will really look beautiful. Fill white, slightly increase the transparency, duplicate, select both these together, make sure both are aligned to center and middle. Go to intersect and insert this pie while pressing shift on a keyboard so that it proportionately increases or decreases. So align it perfectly with the shape and then you can subtract. So now you have two shapes. So this becomes a 75% pie chart or a 25% pie chart. It's totally up to you how you want to show. Group and then change orientation, add some depth, and this is how it will look. And for the white part, Slightly increase the transparency if you want, and same for the blue side as well. And on the blue side, let's try this gradient fill. And here we will place it. Just duplicate, and let's see how it looks. So only one pie is required. Increase the transparency, and for the gradient part you can adjust the settings, duplicate, and this will create a glass effect. So if you see in this design, we have used a lot of glass effect, the reflections, the glossy looking surface, and this is a modern looking design. If you search online, this is what is happening in the market as per the latest trends. And here you can add the text. Now select the background, this strip that we have created, and create multiple copies and send to back. And let's create this hollow circle. Place it at the center, and we want to create those rings around this phone, and for that you have to align it with the base in terms of height and width so that it looks isometric. So it should look like that the phone is inside this circle, and for that we need to cut this circle. First of all, group this pie so that it can be selected easily. Bring it to front. First of all, fill gradient color in this circle. Now go to shapes, and we will subtract this circle from here so that it gives a sense that the phone is placed inside this circle. And you can always zoom in to subtract. Select this outer layer, select this rectangle and subtract. And now you can create multiple copies. And I think 3 to 4 are fine, otherwise too many circles will not look good. And the design is almost completed. Now we have to do some final finishing, some adjustments. So we have skipped the text part because it's easy. How we have placed the title. Now create one more background layer. This time it's wider and place it here like this. And send to back. So the design is complete, and let's select these rings and add animation. Go to more motion paths and we will use down or up animation. Let's use the up and reduce the distance, the travel distance, by dragging these red circles. Go to animation pane, go to effects option, click on auto reverse, timing, and repeat until end of slide. Now the animation will run in loops. Everything is okay. Press OK. And increase the duration so that the animation moves slowly, and it should start with previous. Currently it is on click. And change the duration for each ring so that the animation will look more realistic, as the duration for each of the circle is different. So this looks more natural. So this is the end of the design, and here is the final output. And I'm pretty sure you will love this design, and if you've watched this video till the end, you have learned complex isometric designs. So keep watching our videos. Do not forget to download this from the G Drive link provided in the video description, and do not forget to share, subscribe, and like. And please do practice it, and you can always share your designs with me. So we will see you guys in our next video. Till then, enjoy.